Hello everyone, welcome to another ATS stream. Going to be doing a bit more Arkansas today. Doing some more exploring around the map, ticking off some of those cities that you can do with the event. So yesterday I did about 3 or 4 jobs, I can't remember how many exactly, and today just going to carry on, just visiting some of the towns and cities, dropping off and just trying to obviously get all the events done. You can find out more about the event here in the sim. Just wait for it to come up. We're doing the Cruising Arkansas event at the moment, so we've been to 4 out of the 10 places so far. So we've still got Fort Smith, Harrison, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Springdale and Texarkana to do today. Going to be doing a job in a moment from Fayetteville, or however it's pronounced, to Texarkana. So that will be 2 of them done, and then probably after that I'll do a drive to another town nearby, one of the ones that obviously are on the list, and then try and do a point to point between both of those. We'll have to see how it goes. The rules basically are that the job's got to be at least 100 miles, so if you do something that's less 100 miles then it doesn't count. So anyway, let's get into the simulator and we'll get going. So I haven't picked up my job yet. I've also got to remind myself to pop to the fuel station along the way because I need to get some fuel for my truck. So yeah, hopefully I won't forget that as well. So I'm basically starting from where I finished off yesterday. Parked in this car park here. So we got to go and pick up my job, and also I need to put some fuel in my truck. So if anyone sees a fuel station on the map, let me know and I'll remember to pick it up. Now there are fuel stations you can see, but not all of them have truck spots for fueling. So as long as it's showing up on the map, it's all good. Okay. Got some JCBs over there, I think, or are they cats? I can't remember. But T-Force freight, I like that. So yeah, a little bit of an earlier stream. I said I was going to do a stream about 2, but I just fancied doing an earlier one. I just thought, well, why not? I'd had something to eat, so I was quite happy. Right, let's get over here. We have got enough fuel to keep going for a little while, so I'm not too worried about running out just yet. Oh, another red light. Okay. Seven in the morning, so yeah, it should get lighter as the journey goes on. I might have to just see what my route is and then just route myself via a fuel station along the way, just to make sure that I do get some fuel. See, this fuel station you can't fill up from it either, so... Oh, so it's not, it's the next one. Okay. Faster internet, Comcast. So yeah, got my usual Jazzy Cat traffic mods installed and things. So yeah, we'll see, and also various mods like real life places. Got a diner. Okay, I think we can do right hand turns there, so we'll go for it, and if I get penalised, so be it. Let's go over to this side. Pick up me job, which I think was something to do with Ash or something, if I remember. Let's try and get over there before the cars come. There we are. Right, truck should be over here somewhere. The trailer, I mean. Yeah, there it is. I can just about make it out there. Okay, let's start reversing in. Okay. Oh, interesting. Why is it not letting me connect up to it? Oh, there we go. All good. Right. Let's have a quick look at the map. I need to just maybe change it a little bit. So we're coming out of here. Let's see. There's a filling station along here, but I might actually go this way. I'll pop in here first. And then, why is it doing that? It's an interesting route. And then we'll... Hang on a minute, why is it doing that? Oh, I see what it's trying to do. I see what it's trying to do. Right, I'm just going to put this in first, and then we'll... Or we could go this way, actually. Oh, we can go this way. It's a little bit of a long way round, but... Yeah, at least it means that I route past a fuel station on the way. Which is good. Hopefully that'll be... Hopefully we'll have enough to get for fuel. I need to look to see how much fuel I've got left, actually. Trying to think how I can zoom in onto the steering wheel. Don't think there's a way that I can. Distance to empty. It says I've got 200. Yeah, we got enough. We got enough. It says it's going to be about 200 miles, so I'm empty. So we should have enough, I think. We should have enough. Famous last words, but you know, what's the worst that can happen? I just have to call the full truck fuel truck thing. Oh, come on, that one. Right, let's get out of here anyway. We're gonna cover some grey roads off, so at least this route will be along a road I've not been yet, which would be good. and it'll be more single roads, so maybe the scenery might be a bit nicer. As I said in yesterday's stream, I was giving this about 5 out of 10 at the minute, but I'm sure there'll be areas of this map that are quite nice compared to others, so you know, that's just 5 out of 10 at the moment, how I'm seeing it from what I've seen of it with my own eyes so far. Although as time goes on, if there ends up being nice parts of the map, then obviously that I'll change my score as I go. And that's not based on SCS and the quality of the map, because it is the high qualities used. I'm just talking about how what the state is itself and the scenery. You know, so that's what I'm basing my score on at the moment. You know, so for example, something with mountains will get a lot more of a higher rating, but I mean, it's a bit like if I was driving through a state that was very much like a desert everywhere, probably wouldn't give it such a high score. But also, you know, extra stuff for like features and things, you know, like if they've got any of that stuff going on with the you know, with the grain silos like they had in the last DLC, where you could actually empty the grain or pick grain up and you could see the grain. So there might be areas like that as well on here. That looks like there's I mean, there's lots of nice cool details on there, don't get me wrong. We can get over before the lights change. Yep. I haven't looked to see what you get for completing the task. It's probably something that you can put in your truck. Oh. Didn't really have enough momentum, I think, to get past there, so I just thought I'd just stop here. We can go again. Be interesting to see what burger chains there are on here, because at the moment they've been replaced by McDonald's, so I might have to play this without the branding patch thing, because then it might give me an idea of the local things that they might have added in here. So you got a lot of real life branding, you got Subway and all sorts, so Coca-Cola, McDonald's. Can we get over before the lights change? Yes. Fuel station, but not big enough for me. I think I'm going to come over to the left now, because we're going to have to come over to the left hand side shortly anyway. Is he going to let me come over? No, okay. I might have to try and come over in a bit. Just on the white line as well, just about. See if we can come over on the left over up here. I think that car behind is letting me through. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. He's letting me over. Marvellous. So yeah, probably going to do 2 or 3 jobs again today on this. We're going to be joining the highway for a little bit. Went a little bit too far there. Never mind. Looks like I can't keep on the road. Trucks can do 70 along here, which is nice. Got to remember to refuel along the way. Bypass the way station. Have a safe journey, no worries. Just waiting for that car to come past. Thank you. Okay, coming off over here. Probably going to be a fuel station up here somewhere. Right, this is where Fort Smith is. Why is this so slow? Doesn't matter. Speed it up now anyway. I think I'll be going onto a single track road in a minute. It says I've got 147 miles now before my fuel runs out, which again is fine. I think we're good. Okay. Probably should be able to go in a sec. I think this is going to be like a smaller highway now. We're going to be going down for the next little bit. I think it'll diverge into just single lanes in a minute. Oh, there's the fuel station coming up. Brilliant, so I can get my fuel. Yeah, this bit here looks a bit more scenic with hills and things, so we'll see what happens. Right, anyway, here's the fuel stop. yeah, here's the truck filling area to just go and get some fuel. Diesel price $3.38 a gallon. Okay. $900. Wow. Hello, Craig. Welcome back. From Australia to America now. Just got some fuel, which is lovely jubbly. Right, we'll just carry on our way. Going over a river with some rocks. That's quite nice. Don't be following the river along here, I think maybe. I'm not sure. No, maybe not. Horse farm over there, a horse grazing in the background, animated horse. Pepsi, I think that might be. Is it Pepsi? Yeah. So a lot of rubbish dumped over there. On the middle of the road. Naughty, naughty. Brightly coloured mailboxes. It's nice to be on a single highway for a change. broke down. No, they don't, unfortunately. You can set it so that you can set the probability of rain. So if you want to have a lot of rain, you can just do a slider. But no, you can't really set the weather as such. The weather will just pop along. Be great if they did though, but then again, you know, you'd have the same problem as Microsoft Flight Simulator wears if you're playing, because they don't really have months and years in here. You have days of the week and that's about it. But I've got a mod installed that changes the time of sunset and sunrise, so as I play during the year, then the game will get darker earlier depending on where you are, but that's not something that normally comes as part of the map. By default, I think the sun will go down at the same time every day, but I've just got a mod that changes that. But got a red light violation. That's probably because I was just crossing just at that point where it was changing. Never mind. I'm sure you know, Dave is right though. I mean, I've got multi-millions. I mean, look at my bank account in the game. It's $10.1 million. So, you know, Dave is right. And of course, in Euro trucks, it's even higher. I mean, you know. But no, I think the only game that I know of that's a driving game with real weather is OMSI, in a way. And what OMSI does is you can just give it a METAR station. So if you're playing a German route like Frankfurt, you can get it to look at the METAR for Frankfurt, and then it will put the weather in more or less, you know, well, it's rendition of it. So if it's raining in Frankfurt and you're driving a bus in Frankfurt, then you can have rain in Frankfurt. How many drivers do I have? I can't remember on this profile. It's not as many. It's not as many as my Euro truck one. I'd have to have a look on the menu. When I finish this job off, it'll tell me how many drivers I've got on this profile. I think I might have about 40 or 50 on this profile. I can't remember. But on my Euro trucks one, I have basically the max amount of drivers that you can have. It won't let you add any more. And I can't remember how many that was, but it was quite a lot. You can tell I've got a few drivers because every so often now and again at the bottom it will come across with so and so's finished a job or something, but it's not as frequent as it is. It's not as frequent as it is in Euro trucks. A bit of farmland around here. Pedro, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, hope you're alright. Just doing a bit of American truck driving at the moment in the Arkansas state. Got Train about to come by. Of course, I missed the stoplight because I was too busy admiring the train. Still got 83 miles to go. The train's slowed down a little bit up there, isn't it? It's probably waiting for me. There you go, train's going over that bridge now. So that road carries on and we come off here. Into a new bit of road. We are in Texarkana now. There's quite a big road system around here. Actually, I don't want to come off at an exit, so let's go back over there. Luckily there wasn't no cars around. Quite a lot in this little area here. I better stop there because I don't think I was going to have enough. Didn't want to get another red light violation again. Not far to go now anyway, so Little bit of a wait here. I think we're ready to go now. Yep. Just slowed down to let that other car come past. I think it was a Mini. I think. Right. I wonder if that's a hidden road over there. Bit there. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, especially for some of those steering wheels and things, gear shift stuff and all sorts of things, so yeah. Just gonna leave that empty for the, in case anyone wants to come out of that exit there. Indian Trails. Gift shift for Road Ranger with the switch to Select Rangers. How interesting. Let's see if it lets me do a right turn. We've got a viewpoint just up here, so I'm just gonna... I'll probably look at that on the way out. When you played, you did it all manual. Yeah, some people do. I think Sat played manually. Oh. Too busy rubbernecking looking for the train there. Yeah, yeah. Seems to be, doesn't it? Somebody going for a wander. And I think manuals seem to be a thing of the past for people that play train sims as well, because they never seem to know how a train works. Bit like me, really. But when you say, "Did you read the manual?" they go, "No." So where do we drop my bits off then, I wonder? I think I might see if I can take a job from here if I can, but I'm not sure. I should have come down the other road. Never mind. We can reverse in. You still use a manual box, but the ad solenoids do the shifting. A little bit all over the place here. Might be alright though. It's kind of straight in there and it gives me a green. I don't care if it's slightly out of alignment. Right. That's that one done. Right, let's just have a quick look here. So I've got 5 to do. So I still need to drop off or pick up from Fort Smith, Harrison, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff and Springdale. Okay. Drivers, let's have a look. Company. Driver manager, there we go. This will tell you how many I've got. Yeah, I've got about 43 drivers on this profile, Craig. Well, actually it's 42 in it because I'm one of them. So yeah, 42 drivers on this one. So not too many. I've got 61 garages though, but I haven't got them all because obviously every state comes out, they add new ones. But yeah, I've got a few. Not as crazy as my Euro Trucks profile though. That's on a completely different level, right? It's probably because I play this game a lot less than Euro Trucks, so that's probably one reason why. Let's have a look at external contracts then. Let's see what I can do for me. I'm just going to have a quick look on the map, because if I might try and drive. So we've got El Dorado. Was El Dorado one of the ones that I haven't been to yet? Yeah, I've already picked up from El Dorado or dropped off from there. Okay, so we got, just having a look to see if I could drive from somewhere else. Pine Bluff. We'll see if there's a job going to Pine Bluff from Texarkana. And that will be another one to mark off. I think it might be 100 miles to Pine Bluff. Just make sure I haven't been there yet. So Pine Bluff I haven't been to. So let's see if we can get a job from Texarkana to Pine Bluff at least. So we're here. Anything to Pine Bluff, and is it the right amount of mileage? That's the other thing. Buttermilk to Pine Bluff, 152. Yep, that will fit in because it has to be over 100. I'm just seeing if there's another job going to Pine Bluff as well. That's a bit more money. Doesn't seem to be, so that looks all right then. I think we'll be fine. So I'll do that one. And that'll be another one ticked off the list. Might be a bit of a drive though to pick up this one. Yeah, it's a 12-mile drive to pick up. Trying to think the best way to get out of here. We'll stop off at the viewpoint on the way. You're here, no worries. That's all good. No problem. You sound away. I'm just going to check this viewpoint out, see what it's about. It looks like the horses are coming to see me. Hello, horses. Or they're running away. Probably more to do with that. That guy's still having his walk around the field. Someone's sitting on a couple of people are sitting on tree logs over there. The ranch. We'll have a quick look at this viewpoint anyway, see what it's about. See if there's anything in here that can... Looks very scenic and nice. We'll see what happens. It's probably just going to be the... So this is Magnolia. The place that we're at. Looks like there's some birds there and flying over. Is it just going to be the haunch right? No. Bit of the town centre as well. Looks quite nice. I do like the cloud backgrounds on here. The sky boxes. Someone's doing a bit of lawn mowing. Magnolia Church. That looks quite nice. They've obviously done a research and gone to these places and taken photographs for the models and stuff. Typical sort of American looking town there. Another church. The model you're working on at the moment, you found a guy online in the UK selling them in parts for £500. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. Well, I don't know if that's cool or not, but yeah, pretty decent. Right. Let's get going. I think I need to go across here, don't I? I'm not going to check out that other area though. Was I supposed to go that way? I thought I was... Oh, maybe I'm going the wrong way. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I think I was supposed to carry on that way. Big profit, yeah, indeed. Looks like I'm not sure where I'm going. But that's nothing new for me. Oh gosh, hang on a minute. I don't want to knock over that railroad sign. Why does it say 4 miles? I'm confused. Or is it telling me that I've got to pick the job up from there? Maybe the job was in the ranch, was it? It was the actual job in here. Yeah, it was. Well, never mind. The job was in here anyway, so I've literally just come out of where I've just gone from. But anyway, I did need to look at that viewpoint, so probably... Oh, Craig. I mean, you just can't make this up, can you? It's a good job I didn't go from a 100-mile-long drive, but there we are. But anyway, I had to check the viewpoint out anyway, so I suppose... Yeah, never mind. We had to do this. I should have realised, being that this was a farm, that if I was picking up some milk or whatever it was, it probably would have been in here anyway. Although I don't think it was milk. What was it again? Was it milk? Don't worry, you do that as well. Yeah. I think what confused me was the fact that I came out and then the viewpoint seemed to be telling me to go down the road. So I thought it was actually somewhere else. So let's see, buttermilk. Oh, that'd be why, because it's buttermilk, of course. A bit more solid. Right. So that's why I thought. A bit weird not having a tanker, but that would make sense then. Right. Anyway, let's go. 152 miles. Don't want to speed out a bit too quickly. So we are going to be driving past that photo spot as well. So I'll probably do one more job after this one. As I said, I don't want to do too many today. I'll probably do one more job after this one. Is the railway crossing going to ding 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 as I get to it though? Nope. It isn't. Oh, you know what it is? It's probably that church is up here, isn't it, or something, and you can park your truck in front of it and take a photo. That's normally what those photo things are for. Anyway, I put an extra point on the DLC now. Yesterday I think I gave it 5, but I'll probably give it a 6 now. With all the other places I've seen already today, perhaps. As I said, that will happen as I play more of the map and see more. It's quite a nice little bit of street art over there as well. It's probably based on real pictures. That's quite a nice little scene as well, like that. So yeah, this must be the old town centre. Don't think I'd actually be appreciated driving through here though with this truck, but it is what it is. Going over part of the curb. Some more murals. Oil drilling or gas drilling or whatever. The sun will be going down soon. Yeah, just a typical American town feel to it really, isn't it? Quite nice. Kind of makes me think of Back to the Future. Driving around. Interesting lights on that truck there. Don't know if that was just a LOD thing. With the flickering. McDonald's drive-through, if anyone's peckish. Another fuel station there that isn't big enough for trucks. I think it's going to be dark. Get up to 88, I'll be lucky with this truck. I might get up to 88 not pulling anything. Might be able to get up to 88 kilometers an hour. It says I'm due to drop my drop off at about 10 PM, so yeah, it's going to get a bit dark. So I'll just have a bit of night driving for a moment or so. Sure you won't mind, there's a windsock coming up. It seems like trucks is one of my popular games, unfortunately. Nice to carry on going along some grey roads. Got a 45 limit here. I can't really go any faster. Got a question mark coming up. That could be a truck dealership. Just coming through El Dorado now, because it's a town. Speed limit's down to 30. Oh, it's a Volvo dealer. Is it going to register? Yes. That's good. El Dorado, I think this is where I bought my garage here, wasn't it? Yeah, I think I bought the garage here. Danger. No, I haven't, Craig, actually. I need to double check that now, because where the game's been updated, this ATS has got updated again. Last week, I think it was. I'll have to check to see if that mod is still compatible, because, you know, it might have broken it again. But I will have to play that at some point again. I only tend to play ATS or ETS mainly on a stream, so to see. I mean, it might be fine, it might not have broken, but you know, you just never know sometimes. Yeah, that's the only trouble really, but it's nice that the game does still get updates, do you know what I mean? There's good and bad to that. I mean, especially considering, like as Carter pointed out, you know, this game's been out years and years, and yet, you know, there's never been an ATS 2 or an ATS 3 or an ATS 4 like they do in Train Sim World or Train Sim Classic. It's like if they update the core game, they don't tell people, oh, you got to buy a new version. You just get the update and then you get it for free. And then sometimes they even go back to old DLCs and update them as well. I mean, the base maps on ETS are being updated at the moment, so I can actually turn right here, can't I? Because it's red anyway. So yeah, as good and bad. I mean, Pro Mods is a good example. You know, every time ETS gets updated, it breaks Pro Mods, and then you have to roll back the game to another version for a while if you want to play Pro Mods again, and then wait for Pro Mods to update. But you know, they're still adding new features to the game all the time. You see, you know, they've added lots of new bits and pieces in. This will be coming over to console at some point as well, so some people think that's a bad thing. I personally think it's a good thing that it's coming onto console, because they'll have more people buying the game and more people buying DLCs, and then they'll get more money to expand. So then they might be able to get more people working on map routes and maps and that, so then they might bring out 5 or 6 US states a year rather than 4. I mean, there's lots of good things for it. Probably cost me a fortune in DLC to cut. Yeah, but you know, the good thing about trucks though, Craig, is that in a Steam sale, whenever SCS have stuff on a sale, you can pick up some stuff so cheap. I mean, you can pick up ETS or ATS sometimes in a sale for about 80% off. So, you know, you look at other games out there like OMSI or whatever, they hardly have any of the DLCs on sale. I mean, yeah, the most recent state DLCs or country DLCs, yeah, of course they'll be expensive for a while because they're newly released, but once they've been out a year or two, you can get them really cheap. But yeah, that's the only problem. You're going to get another wheel. Yeah, I wish I had a wheel, but I've got no space, as we already know. But probably even if I had the space, probably wouldn't have a wheel anyway. But a little bit more darkness to go. Won't be too long now, and although I don't mind the lighting on here, I just think it doesn't come out too well on a stream. But if you're playing this on your own at night time and you're not streaming it, the night lighting on here is quite good in places. Better than better than ETS anyway, I think. But then I think that's because America has a lot of night lighting anyway going on, doesn't it, with all the advertising and the signs and things. So it always has been that sort of bit different anyway when it comes to America and night lighting. Yeah, you've probably only got a couple of country DLCs to buy, probably, Craig. I'm not sure. Depends when you last bought it, but I think the next there's Greece that's got to come out for ETS, and then also the Scandinavian area. I'm not sure when they come out. I think Greece might be the next one, but that'll probably be out. Although I think the Scandinavian one would be good before Christmas, purely because they can do a Christmas event with it, because then they'll probably have Rovaniemi in it, which is where the Santa Claus places that a lot of the flights go to. So then you could do Santa stuff with that. But then last Christmas they had like a different world that you would teleport to for the Christmas event, so I don't know. They had like a Christmas village that you would like teleport to. So don't know what they'll be doing this year. Looks like a Pepsi truck's just pulled out. Yeah, well, the Scandinavian map is just basically an extension of what was already out there. So in Pro Mods it already had a lot of that area anyway, northern Norway and Finland, but you'll have a lot more of the Finland area covered than Norway and the top of Sweden, because at the moment the official Scandinavia mod goes up about halfway across to Sweden and then basically doesn't really do the top. Doesn't really do a lot of Norway either, so does a little bit of Norway. So this will just be filling it in, and I think what they're doing is I think they're then going through the Scandinavian DLC and then basically redoing that so that they blend in quite well together, so that you don't go from one of the areas in Scandinavia to the other area and then suddenly you go, oh my god, the textures look worse on this one. So I think they're sort of like revamping the other one at the same time, which is probably why it's taken a little bit longer for it to come out. So it won't jar as much between the two areas. Of course I could be wrong, but I'm sure that's what they said they were going to be doing. Road textures and that, just making sure the road textures and the road markings more or less are the same between both of them. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? And then you've got a steering wheel in your car. It's a shame you can't just take your steering wheel out of your car, isn't it? And then you could just like have a USB interface on it that you could just slot in, and then you could just use your steering wheel from your car in there. Pacific Coachways. Although I still think it wouldn't work that well, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. It's crazy when you've got a wheel in a car that's actually a proper wheel, and yet you can't use it. Right, anyway, I should be able to do a right turn here. Sorry about the darkness. I will be finishing this job off in a few minutes, so then I'll be changing the game time back to the morning again. But as I said, I don't mind driving in the dark, unless I'm streaming, because when I'm streaming I know that it obviously suffers for the stream. But for me, playing it's actually quite nice. But it's like train sim. I like streaming. I like driving at night sometimes in train sim. It's just that it doesn't come over into the stream very well. Oh, Pine Bluff. Discover at least 8 cities. Yeah, looks like I've got an achievement for that. Because you have to find 8 more cities. There's a lot going on with the road network here. It's a bit of a spaghetti junction there, isn't it? Yes, I think the next job will be the final one for the stream. As I said, I want to try and do at least 3 of these every time I do a stream. Still a lot of grey roads here. A little bit of a roundabout as well, look. Something a little bit of a rarity. Well, I suppose it's not that rare, but you know what I mean. A roundabout in America. It's not something you see too often. It's a bit alien. Another fuel stop you can go into. I'm just going to go AFK as well before I do this job. I'm just going to go and get a drink, so I won't be too long. So I'll just leave the sim running in the background while I do that, and then I'll be back to do the final job. You still haven't eaten your tea yet? Well, I'm sure you'll think of something to eat. I had my salmon and cream cheese sandwich earlier. Just finishing off the salmon. It's quite nice. Right, almost dropping in now. Looks like we're going in here. Oh, there's a locomotive in here, nice. Toll supports, interesting. You have some canned tuna. Yeah, it's just smoked salmon slices really. Sometimes I have it with bagels as well, it just depends, but I just didn't have any bagels, so just had some bread with it instead. Right, let's just get up here. On toast will be good. Yeah, sounds alright. Canned tuna on toast. You haven't got any cats about, I hope. Because you'll be their best friend if you do. No, exactly. Well, you never know. If you go outside and eat it, you might suddenly get some attention. I don't know. Right. Then again, maybe people where you live don't have their cats out so much as they do here. Because there's not really so many things around here that attack cats, whereas in obviously other countries there are. Put some catnip in it. You're mean. Right, I don't have a cat though myself. I've had some when I was a kid though. We had some cats. And also when I lived in Sweden, there was cats. Oh my gosh. Right, that's that done I think. Let's see, what did we get? Buttermilk. And it was $6,000, so not too much. I'm just going to change the time to 7 o'clock. Right. Okay, cats loving that catnip. Yeah, I know. Yes. Right, I won't be long. Just going to go and get a drink and then I'll do the final job. So hopefully just be about 5 minutes if that. See you in a bit. Bottle of wine, you having a laugh? I wish. That's better. Right. Anyway, yeah, Katie only just went away. I'm just doing one more job, but I just fancied a drink. Right, anyway, let's get back in here and see what we can do. Actually, before I do that, let's just check this again. So we've got Fort Smith, Harrison, Hot Springs, Springdale. So as long as I can get a job to one of those places, we'll be fine. And as long as it's a bottle of Lamborghini. I don't even know what that is. Is that a car? Car oil, is it? Right. Pine Bluff. Harrison. I wonder if that's related to anyone that we know. Right. Jonesboro. Ida Bell. Hot Springs. Disc Harrows to Hot Springs. We could do that one. Oh, lovely jubbly. I can see the perfect job now. A wheel loader. Used to be a really cheap wine for people on council estates, really. Interesting. Harrison, here we go. Wheel loader. I don't know, it's a JCB. Let's do that one, shall we? I'm Thunderbird. Thunderbirds a go. So basically, as you went, you could say, right, the first one, that's Thunderbird 1, and I'm going to have 2, so that's Thunderbird 2. And then by the time you got to Thunderbird 11, you'd be literally on the floor. Right. Right, looks like we've got 32 miles to do. Okay, so at least we can actually see that train this morning now, because it was in complete darkness when we got here. Chunderbird. I'm gonna see if there's a different route that I can go as well, because I would like to do some grey roads on this. So this last journey might take a bit longer, as I might not be going a direct route, but I just want to see if there's any grey roads I can go through or around on the way. I am liking the skybox on this though, the clouds and that. Yeah. I've heard Chunder before. I think in if I remember in theme park they used to have something called a Chunder chain. I think it was a Chunder chain or something. So you had a chain of people chundering. So like if you were on a ride and someone vomited, then everyone else would do it, and they used to call it a Chunder chain or something. Something like that anyway. I have heard the term chunder before, you see, so I'm thinking it might have been theme park. It might have even been in the manual for theme park. You know, when you used to get a game and you had a booklet with everything in it. Chuck chunder. Wow, I wouldn't like to chuck chunder, but there you go. You was going to fly, but MSFS has other ideas. Yeah, maybe Windows 11 wasn't exactly the best thing to do. Oh, we're back at this roundabout again. Maybe your graphics card's starting to you know, get to that point now where you've had it for a while, and the inbuilt I'm gonna die software starts activating itself, you know, because obviously there is a 5090 coming out soon. Hint hint. Maybe your graphics card's like going, well, I've been around for a little while now it's time for me to die so that the person can get another one. Should have done a clean install. Yeah, you said that the other day. Well, never mind, there'll be a new one out in about 8 weeks' time. Yeah, it can be a bit frustrating though, isn't it, really? Like I said, I had issues at one point and I had to end up doing a clean install a few years ago for Windows 7. No, I was only joking about the graphics card, but you know. She did an upgrade, Craig. Really, you didn't notice what about the new version of Flight Sim coming out? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm guessing you're replying to. It might have been something else. Wow, I don't know where this thing I'm picking up from. Oh, it's alright. Must be from construction site or something. Oh, that I was joking. Oh, right, yeah. Well, you never know, though. I mean, you know what some things are like. It might have an inbuilt clock in it. You take everything I say as gospel, do you? I'm not sure which way to go here. I might just go straight ahead. Oh, it's very noisy here, isn't it? Well, there's enough plant here, isn't there? Right, let's have a look at the map. If you can hear me over all that. Let's see if we can plot a route. Let's go this way and then go this way. Maybe. Oh, okay, maybe I won't go that way. Maybe I'll just come up here then, and then there we go. We got a little bit of grey road in. Just a short little bit along here, but you know, that's better than nothing. Right, I think that'll do. And then we go to the quarry, I guess, somewhere. And then we'll do that. Right, let's see if we can get out of over here. Or maybe I should drive around here instead, actually, maybe. If I can. Oh. Maybe that wasn't a good plan after all. Should be about another I think it's about another 6-7 weeks now, Craig. Not long. Just over a month, really. Off to a flying start, yeah. Wow. As always. That long? Oh, I don't know. No, it's November something. I think it's November the 8th or the 18th or something like that. Wish it was October though, but you can already pre-order it now though. Although if you need the Aviators edition, you might have to get it quick, because obviously before people that work for Sobo buy them all. and Microsoft, I mean. But anyway, it's a bit like if Ferrari brought out a limited edition sports car and there was only 50 of them ever made, and then you found out that they were all gone and everyone that worked for Ferrari bought one. Could be the 3rd. What, November? No, I don't think it was the 3rd. I think it was like the 8th or the 18th. I can't remember now, but well, there's a bit of a traffic jam up here, isn't there? Looks like a bit of road rage with a truck, I think. Do you think if I told Microsoft? No. Oh, there we go. So it was the 19th. There we are. I said the 18th. So I wasn't far off. Just a day. Although imagine the wibble that would have caused if I was Microsoft and said, "Oh yes, it's the 18th," and then everyone would be wibbling because it didn't come out. Although that could mean it's the 20th for Craig then, because it's obviously an extra day. I'm hoping what Microsoft have done though is they basically punish people that buy from Steam terrible, and I think they should. Steam people should get it a day later. You know, because how dare they? How dare you buy it from Steam? You can have it a day after. Well, actually, the download is a lot less now this time around because most of it is kept on servers, so you can only download as you play, basically, unless you buy planes. If you buy planes from the marketplace, you can save them locally onto your drive. And any scenery that gets put into your rolling cache will stay local, but that's about it. Everything else is always downloaded from the internet. So I think the install size is only going to be about 20 gigabytes or something, they said, or 30 gigabytes maybe. So instead of you downloaded 100 odd gigabytes, it's only going to be 30. And then, yeah, and then everything gets streamed to you basically as you play. Well, it's good if you've got a good internet connection. I don't know what's going to happen when it comes to me. Although for a drifting stream, you probably won't have to worry so much about streaming because it's not like I'm travelling huge distances very quickly. And then it'll load in stuff as you go along, so, you know. So you'll get the odd spike apparently, like for example if you're at an airport it'll load in the AI liveries and things, and then some of that will get stored on like a rolling cache type thing, and obviously at some point it will just go like that, because some areas of the world will have different sort of trees and different sort of crops, so unless you're flying in that area then it won't install them. But when you get a marketplace plane, you'll be able to either stream it as you play it, or you can download it locally. So if you're like me and you want to store it locally, then you can. But if you don't, then you can just let it stream to you as you play it. The only thing I'm worried about is, like I said, is that sometimes the Microsoft servers go down. So then what happens then? Because you won't even have any offline scenery or anything, apart from whatever's in your rolling cache. So, you haven't got that offline scenery that they have at the minute, whereas if the servers go down you can still fly, but the ground textures don't look so good. No, it doesn't do it like that though, Craig. It's only in the rolling cache, but I think it's mainly again for console people, isn't it? Because the game took up huge amounts of space over time. So yeah, planes and that you fly, but the default planes, they'll only come down when you play them. So that's the thing I'm worried about, is when you've got a plane that you might want to fly, like the A330 from inner builds, and it takes up like 3 or 4 gigabytes in space probably. I've got to wait about 10-20 minutes before I can fly it. Because I don't think you can store the planes from the game. It's only marketplace stuff, I think. Well, that's what they said, but we'll have to see. But anyway, going over this big bridge, which I hadn't been over yet. It's quite nicely detailed as well, but of course you wouldn't notice that if you didn't look outside, because you're going over the top of it all. Oh, I don't know. I think it'd be sufficient, to download things, but it won't be have to to just see how it goes, really. The only good thing is, because I only play in 1080p anyway, it's not like I'll be downloading 4K textures or anything. Okay, let's just fifth, 197 miles to go, so I think I only have about 3 or 4 places left, so I'll be able to cover them in another stream, I think. As I said, I've got till November the 17th to do this, so we should be alright. I think I'll do it by then. Quite nice driving down these single roads though. It's not a bad DLC really. It's not the best, it's not the worst. And that's no fault of SCS, because they're just basically trying to replicate what the state's actually like. It's probably not the most scenic state to drive around through. You know, in regards to things like mountains or stuff like that. I mean, Texas I didn't really enjoy that much of a DLC as well, even though it's quite big, but it's just, you know, it's not bad though. There's some farms about. I haven't been through all the towns yet, so some of the towns, you know, like that town that we just went through earlier, that looked quite a nice little town. So I mean, there are some nice parts of this. Yeah, that's what I was saying to you, wasn't it, the other day? I said, you know, that's the thing about American Truck Sim, it does probably remind you a lot of like driving around through Australia. It's like the northeast of America is very much like Sweden. You know, you've got the coloured houses and the way that the terrain is and the pine trees and all the other bits and pieces. Sometimes I'm driving around in Sweden and think I could be in the northeastern corner of America. Just obviously the signs and everything are all written in a different language, but apart from that... Good job that that van decided to move a little bit. New Zealand's a lot of Australia. Yeah. I think New Zealand can be quite pretty. I've not really driven around, flown around New Zealand much in flight sim, to be honest. I remember when Orbex had a scenery, I think, for New Zealand, maybe. I don't think it was like Australia though, but I think it was just, there was a couple of like mesh, I think it was den files and other stuff, but that's for FSX I mean, and P3D. Oh, looks like someone's going to be doing a lot of baling in those fields today. You'd love to go there on a holiday, yeah. Yeah, it can't be too far away from you, is it? What is it, like 3 hours or something? 2-3 hours? I've not even done a flight from Australia to New Zealand. You know, like from Sydney or Melbourne in Flight Simulator to Auckland or whatever. A few hours from Sydney. Yeah, can't be too far. I mean, it's still far, but you know what I mean. When I'm a famous author, you can visit me in Santa Monica. Well, you never know. You never know. Well, that'll be something that you can say on all the breakfast morning shows, wouldn't it? When they say, "How long did it take to write the book?" Well, it took many years. I used to go to. I used to watch Twitch, watch pro streamers to get ideas for my books. One of the scenes where there was a runaway train that crashed into the buffers, that was all because of someone I used to watch. $413 one way Adelaide to Auckland. Wow. It took my friend 2 years to write his first. Mine's taken 8 months so far. 2 years. Yeah, I don't know how long it would take me to write the story that I've got in my head. I do write stories, but only little ones. And just for myself, really. Oh, wow, you got that far into it. That's cool. I thought you'd only done a few pages. That was the impression I got. I thought you'd probably done like about 5 or 6 pages so far. Oh. It's taken your whole life to get a sentence together. Yeah, and you still can't spell sentence properly. You're as bad as me. Fill up. Oh, looks like we're heading towards Little Rock again. Oh no, that's Fraggle Rock, isn't it? Not Little Rock. Down at Little Rock, let the music play. Whatever it was. 295 pages of A4. Alright. Which is about 456 in novel format. Wow, that's quite a lot of pages of A4. Oh, Safeway home delivery. Come on, car, are you gonna let me come past? Come on, that's it, thank you. Let me go then. JFK Boulevard. Wow, I haven't realised I got to New York already. You can spell pickle. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I've seen this stretch of road in a U-Tool video. It's really odd with those buildings there. Oh yeah, of course we're going. No, I haven't really taken no notice, really, Katie. I Too busy looking. Oh, yeah, like the. Yeah, I think I know where you meant actually. They've obviously just taken a snapshot of that little bit. That's what they do. They do sections sometimes. They'll take section of a bit of road and then they'll plonk that in. It's like when I drive around Stockholm. That's why some of it is quite recognisable to me when I'm driving around Sweden, because they do chunks of a few 100-metre sections, and then you drive it and you think, oh yeah, I recognise that section of road right there. Yeah, there was a massive. Yeah, that's right. I saw it actually when I panned to left, I think. It's almost like they had all these old buildings in, and they thought, well, we've got to build a highway in, so they literally just sort of like just they just put them in, put the highway in, not really thinking about the surroundings. He travels the US in a Greyhound bus and prepares them for people. Oh, okay. Cafe Wonder. Yeah, I know you meant his own bus. I've seen people on YouTube that do like journeys on Greyhound buses. They never seem to go very well though. It's not like travelling on National Express here. Although there are videos I see of trips where people book coaches from, say, London to go to places like Scotland or wherever, and they sometimes don't go very well either. So I think it just depends, doesn't it, really, on the time of day. You know, if you're going to get a bus going to Leeds or Manchester from London at 10, 11 o'clock at night, you're probably going to get a lot of drunk people on it. Well, maybe not so drunk because the drivers aren't going to let them on, but you know what I mean. Even in the UK they're slow. I got one from Blackpool to Victoria once. I think it took about 10 hours. Yeah, it depends, I think, also, doesn't it, on the buses. Because some make limited stops, some do like stop at every town and city along the way, so I mean, you get like Megabus, you got Flixbus, you got National Express. It's like someone did one from Birmingham to Bournemouth, and I think it took about 4 hours in total, and then they ended up being an extra hour, so it took 5 hours, and that was because when they got to Southampton there was supposed to be another driver to take it to Bournemouth and he turned up late. So I don't know. Have you seen the guy on YouTube that bought a jet that Elvis owned and made it into motorhome? No, I haven't, Craig. I think I know the one you mean though, because I did see a stream that had a title and it was basically something about I bought Elvis's private jet or something, and it was this really old private jet in a right mess, and that might have been the first episode or whatever, but I remember the thumbnail to it, but I don't really remember much else. Anyway, we're almost at the end of this journey. Trying to think what colour it was. Was it like a Learjet or something, like a really old one? It looked a bit like a Learjet anyway. Chuck and Jack, so it might have been something different to that, but he paid over 100,000 for it. Wow. Red and silver. Yeah, red and silver, that rings a bell. Oh, this is quite nice. I like this. Oof. So I don't know if this is the best place. Jimmy's World is the guy. Oh, okay. Ah, I see. Yeah, there's so many YouTube videos. It's mad. At least I won't have to park this one up. I can literally just plonk it in and then it will just... I think the Brazil World update should be out soon. Why does this trailer need to be so long? Dunno. No idea. Probably a lot of it is at that bit at the front there, isn't it, really? It's probably quite a heavy thing as well. And then they have the bit at the back. That's probably just for manoeuvrability around, like, tight corners or whatever. And I'm guessing it's just so that it's quite low, so that when they disconnect, like, this section, I guess, then the thing can just drive off down that slope. Yeah, that's the UK, and it's probably in America they have to do everything big, don't they? I mean, it'd be very similar to the sort of things they take train coaches and that on railway coaches in the UK on, and steam engines. I mean, they just tend to be a truck with a trailer on the back. Let's do the unloading before I forget. Let's see, hopefully it's added that one in there. There we go. So I've only literally got Fort Smith, Hot Springs and Springdale. A lot of springs. A lot of springs to do. So I'll probably do those other three in another stream. So I'm going to end it here. So I'd like to thank Craig and Katie for being here in the chat today. Much appreciated. Let's have a quick look at the map. It's very hard to see which ones we got. This one comes under Harrison. I think I've got Springdale to do. So we got something to deliver to Springdale. Harrison we've just done, and then we got Hot Springs and Fort Smith. So I've been through these, but obviously just to drive. So we still got. So we could probably do something like where are we now? Harrison. I could probably just drive to Springdale and do a job from Springdale somewhere, anywhere, and then I could hopefully do Fort Smith to Hot Springs, but the only trouble is there might not be 100 miles, so I might have to do Fort Smith to another place and back. You'd love to see that 412 road from Jonesboro. Oh, this one. You know what I might do in the next stream then, Katie? Don't know if you'll be here or not, but what I might do is I might go fast, you know, where you can go over to another town, because I've been here, so I can start from here and then see if I can get a job going from Jonesboro to Springdale or Jonesboro to Hot Springs. Probably Jonesboro to Springdale will be better, or to Fort Smith, and then I can go along this road along here as part of the thing. But as we're here anyway. In fact, I wonder if I can do that now while we're here. I wonder if I can do a quick travel to Jonesboro, and then let's come out of the truck. I'll set the time for the morning again, because I think being external contract I can choose the job and then it's not going to disappear. Bit of a flickery texture there. Might just be where it's loading it in. Right, and then I can see if there's a job I can pick up from here. Or I might just leave it until I do the stream and then just see. So from here, and we want to go to Spring Place, wasn't it? Springdale. Oh, there's one going to Fort Smith, which is where I've got to go to. Cloves to there for Keir Starmer. Clothes for Keir Starmer. Right. Fort Smith. What was the one to Fort Smith? Clothes, wasn't it? I might do it now, actually, Katie. It's not like I'm desperately need to go. So we can do some. Let's do some corn. Let's take some corn from Jonesboro to Fort Smith, and then we'll do the whole road along. So I'll go all the way along here, along the 412, and then I'll then come down to that way. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that, and then we get to do the whole road, and then you'll be happy, I'll be happy, because it'll be another city marked off the list. And it's gonna. I've done corn because I don't know if it's going to be one of these jobs where I can actually load up the. It was what I was going to watch now. No worries. Yeah, it was just Katie just put an idea in my head, and I thought, well, why not? Because the thing that worries me is that I'll do another stream, and then suddenly I'll do a stream, and Katie will be busy, or you know, might be on a work day or something, and then she won't be able to see it anyway. So then it's sort of like, and I think, well, while I'm here, why don't I just do it now? I don't even know what the time is at the moment. What is the time? See, it's only 3:25, so yeah, got plenty of time. It's not like it's 5 o'clock or nearly, you know, getting to dinner time or something. Because then I've had to have gone, so. I've just got to pick up this corn, and then Take it away. 11:53 for you. Have you eaten anything yet? I'm not lecturing you, by the way. You eat when you want to eat, but... Midnight snack. So yeah, you'll get to see the... Why did you specifically mention that road, by the way, Katie? Is there any particular reason? Have you seen it in a YouTube stream or something, or that road? Yeah, I had tuna in spring water on toast. Oh, you've done that already? Oh, nice. That's good. Spring water? How funny, we're doing all these places with spring in it and you had spring water. Picking up corn? No. Yeah, I think if it was my own trailer of corn, I think you go to that place where you actually put the corn in your trailer and then you empty it at the other end. But because this will already be pre-done, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was you were basing it off, because I know earlier on you said you saw a YouTube video with a stretch of road on it. So I thought maybe you'd seen a video where someone had gone on about the 412 road and. I mean, it's a bit of grey road as well, so I think if it had been a bit of road that I'd already been along, then I probably wouldn't have carried on. There's a viewpoint. Yeah. So, yeah. Definitely give it a go. Oh, must be school leaving time. Yeah, school kids around everywhere. Ooh. Oh, talking about school kids, there's the school bus. It's a bit dodgy. Drain the water and you're left with a layer of tuna, so it's pretty expensive spring water. Was it Alice Springs, the water? Alice Springs. Sorry, that was just... I couldn't really help that being Australian. Oh dear, everyone's probably like, oh my god, did he just say that? I did. Right. This is Smithyfield. I love this. We're into Smithyfield, the market. Oh my god. Oh my good. Right, anyway, in we go. It'd be funny if I get to Fort Smith and I've already done a job there. Well, doesn't really matter, does it? Security check. I like the way they have to do a security check on me. Aren't they? They let me in, just about. Oh, look at that little train. Isn't that cute? Imagine that. You probably get that as... You probably have to spend, you know, 30 quid on that. 30 quid train right there. Right. Okay, so where is my trailer hiding then? It's hiding somewhere. Is it around here? Oh, there it is. It's hiding away, look. You can hear the train in the background. Must be a dovetail string. Someone's just told chat, can you do the horn? Can you do the horn for me, please? Please do the horn. The big dog train, yeah. Oh yeah, you can see where it's just obviously, so if you had your own trailer, okay, so if you had your own grain trailer, you'd drive to here. So this was a new feature that came out with the last state for ATS, and then you drive under this spot, and then the grain would load up that trailer, and then when you get to the other end, you'd probably have to drive it under something to empty it. Right, let's have a look at the map, shall we? Oh, we'll go along to... There we go. So it's a very long route. So we're going to go up here, then we're going to go along the 412, and then carry on going up the 412 through Harrison, past Springdale, and then just then go down the road number 69 to Fort Smith. Proper job route. Yeah, I mean, you know, if I just thought, well, might as well, some grey roads. See, this road looks quite interesting here as well, so a little bit of a wiggly bit in here as well. So yeah, see if I can do a job from Springdale to Hot Springs next time, but right, let's get going anyway. It says it's going to take 8 hours to do. So we'll see what this is like. Well, there's another little shunter train just over the other side there as well. So yeah, there is quite a lot of grey roads that I've not covered. Yeah, I noticed that as well, yeah. It's quite cool. They're going to let me out, are they? That's very kind of them. Oh no, maybe not. Well, I'm letting myself out. The CK way. Right. Manchester to Doha just passed you, did it? Did the passengers look happy? Can just imagine, you know, like you're looking out your window and they're literally just coming past almost at head height. 6,000 feet, really? That's not very high, is it? It's pretty cool, though. Right, anyway, down the road we go. Oh yeah, I think I've seen them, Craig, actually. Thing is though, if that was a CK way flight to Doha, Katie, I probably would have been going past at about 3,200 feet, because that would have been my cruising altitude for today. We're now at our cruising altitude of 3,200 feet. And yeah. Yeah, it could have come over the North Pole and then come down that way. So it might have left Tokyo, went sort of north, and then kind of went in an easterly direction and over the North Pole and then down over and then that way. I think weather can play a big part in a lot of things. It's like sometimes, depending on the winds, when I was in Stockholm, we'd get Tokyo flights going to Heathrow coming over near Stockholm, and on other days they'd be flying over more to the east, coming over other areas. So they might have to avoid Russia as well, because obviously I don't know how Japan flights are doing when it comes to Russia. They might have to avoid Russia, so maybe they have to go different routes and stuff because of the winds and things, maybe. Pass by Alaska, yeah. Because sometimes they go west and sometimes they go east, but I think it just depends on a lot of factors, really. It might be because of Russia now, they can't fly over that way. Wow, yeah. 13 hours. I see, that's not too bad, really. I mean, it's a long time, but considering. That'll probably come over near me, actually, Tokyo to Paris, but it's not clear skies here, because sometimes the Paris flights do come over my way, so might have seen that from here. But it'd have been more towards Brighton, Eastbourne way, but still might have seen the contrail for it anyway. But and then they start descending, actually, sometimes when they come into Paris. Because you get a lot of American flights coming over this way sometimes. It just depends on what the winds are doing, which track they've taken across the Atlantic. Sometimes they come over my way, and other times they go across through France, you know. If they've taken a track that's more southerly, then they'll come over Southern Ireland and then fly across France to Paris, where sometimes if they've gone more north, they fly over my way. And it depends on where in America they've come from as well, obviously. If they've come from Florida and that, they tend to be more southerly anyway. But if they've come from northern areas, you know, Seattle, Washington State or whatever, or Chicago or whatever, then they might fly over my way sometimes. But they're already starting to descend when they come over near me, and as they're going over the channel. It just depends, really. Right, anyway, I think we're on this other road now. This is the Spring River. And of course, it started to rain. Yeah, they must be, because normally they'd go a bit further east. I mean, Glasgow to Dubai, I would expect more to go out over the North Sea and then down towards the Netherlands. So there must be the weather, must be making them go more your way, and then they're going to cut across. So maybe they're going to go south a bit more, and then they're going to go east across London or something, because they seem to be avoiding the North Sea area. So it's probably all to do with the weather, Katie, like you say. Although I don't know for sure. You'd have to compare, you know, on flight radar. You'd have to look to see what the routes from Glasgow to Dubai are like normally every other day, and then to see if they're roughly the same. But right, I've got a bit of Paperboy vibes coming on here. Look, I feel like I'm riding my BMX bike down the road, throwing things at these letterboxes. Anyway, bit of Paperboy. Just don't have any dogs running after me down the road, or any crazy people with lawnmowers. Well, lawnmowers on their own, aren't they, that are out of control. Here's the old trailer park. Looks like there's a new build going up there. Oh, here's the scenic spot, Katie, coming up, so we'll see what this is about. .412. I wonder if that's a London bus route. Let's go on the 412 bus. Someone's waving. Oh, here we go. There's a lot of boat docks and marinas and stuff here. And a McDonald's double trailer. The grain can go over the grass. Oh dear. No, I can't go across because I've got to wait for this. Where's the? Oh, it must be just along there. I can't get out of it now. Ronald's driving. What, Ronald McDonald? That guy's such a clown. Oh God, we're going to have a bit of a build up here. Although maybe I'll do the CK way. Oh, look at that, just perfect. It's almost like he knew I was going to come across. Anyway, so here's the boat docks over here. You can see I've been drinking already while I'm driving. A McNasty. Sounds quite interesting. Right, let's see what this viewpoint's like then. This is the Norfolk Lake. It's probably how they thought people in the UK spell Norfolk. They probably thought it was spelt like that, Norfolk. Yeah, so it looks like we're just looking at this very lovely boating area here. Good assets though, can use these assets and other stuff. Probably not the viewpoint you're expecting, Katie. You're probably thinking of some scenic, hilly area. A canyon or something. Norfolk Lake. Yeah, it hasn't got a K in it though. I think it was without the K. I think it was like Norfolk. Like that. That's why I said it was like Norfolk. You know, the county. The county of Norfolk. There we are. that was that. Oh, it looks like it's, you just have to do a spin around. Oh, you found it on Google Maps, did you? Was it exciting? Oh, gosh. Well, that's nice. 2% damage, that's gonna run me into troubles. There's an island on the coast of Australia called Norfolk Island. Yeah, there's Norfolk, Virginia as well in America. Oh, a bit of a hill star here. Norfolk Lake Estates. Right, anyway, we'll just carry on now. We'll head towards Harrison. It's an Australian territory. Oh, I see. Is it really beautiful? Really beautiful. As we go over the bridge. You won't be able to take big boats under this bridge, will you? Because there's no drawbridge part. Look at that, you got a little walk over there with little seats and stuff. I love that. Reminds me of Sweden. I don't know if there were some barbecues there as well. You know, those outdoor grill things that you can use. Might have been a litter bin though next to them. The good thing is though is that because I'll be going through that spring place, I can actually then have it as a place I can do a quick transport to, although to be honest it was right next to another place anyway, so it wouldn't have been so bad. I'm going to try and get there before it gets dark though. Obviously it's saying I'm going to get there at 5 PM now. I'm going to go this way. Don't know if I should have done, but... Oh! That was a bit close. Amish furniture. Arkansas. Is this where a lot of Amish people live as well in Arkansas? I never really thought about that. Maybe it's a lot of Amish stuff going on here. Just saw the Amish furniture place and I suddenly thought about that. Oh, there's a crossover there. I'll have to look up Arkansas and see what it's famous for. Another bridge? Well, not really more like a dried out riverbed, but... You saw an Amish video, but there was heaps of them and they'd moved a house by hand. Yeah. Oh, there's another viewpoint over here. So Katie, I'm going to go check that one out as well. hadn't realised there was another one, but we'll go around and check out Harrison. God, my clock's loud, isn't it? They took the floorboards and lifted it by the joists and walked with it. Yeah, I think I've seen something like that somewhere. Was it like large poles that they had at each end, and then they were walking and then they were holding on to these large poles or something? It's almost like they put the poles through the house and then they were like carrying it. Oh, I see. Some interesting graffiti. Pizza go. Burger. Oh, okay. It might have been something else I was thinking of then. Right, let's have a look. What's this? This is Harrison. I think this will just be a little thing of the town, really. It must be the town hall or something. Looks like an old building there. Hotel, that's what it is. Hotel something. And there's the hospital. With an old green convertible car in the car park there. Again, that's just a random thing, you know, because they'll spawn random cars in. Oh, look, there's another one there as well. Maybe they're not so random. There's the college. Harrison College. The Hotel California, yeah. And that was it. Never mind. At least you got a little bit of a view of what the town looked like. They got an HM here. That's quite funny. I think they must have. It's a lovely place. It's a Jeep. Best insurance pawn shop. Terrible, disgusting. Oh no, not that sort of pawn shop. Silly me. Wrong left. Yeah, I know, Katie. Never mind. Never mind. We'll go for it anyway. Look at that. That cost me $700. Terrible. Terrible. I'll have to get that back. I don't know where I'm going to get that $700 back. Terrible. Someone better give me some money in a minute. No hookers for me on this trip. Oh no, I'm sure someone will donate some money to me in a minute. Don't you worry about that. You know, it'll come rolling in. Let's have a look at this dry bed creek. It's a bit rocky down there, isn't it? No wonder there's no water in it. None of the water can get through it all. Right. Get back on this road again. Says I'm due there now at 5:22. So hopefully before sundown anyway. Carrier. What's that called? Taco Bell? Ugh. Come on, what's that car doing? Oi! He's one of these traffic light trolls, isn't he? Don't you troll me. Thank you. Imagine that's a... No, not a gal, come on! That's 1400. Do we have Taco Bell in the UK? There, yeah, we do. They started to expand here. Same as Wendy's is another one. They're starting to have Wendy's here as well. There's only a few Taco Bells and Wendy's though, but they, I suppose like anything, they'll soon be everywhere and anywhere. If they can, if they want, well. The nearest one to me is, I won't say the town, but the town is about 10 kilometres away, so that's the nearest one to where I am. My town is a bit behind the times, sadly. We've only just had a Nando's put in. Everyone else has had Nando's for years, you know, but we've only just had a Nando's, so that just tells you. Nando, yeah, it's racing food. Nando Morris, I think it's called. There's over 100 of them now. Really? Wow. Yeah. I think I went to a Taco Bell in America, but yeah. No thanks. Do you have Gusman and Gomez? Not by me, but there could be one. No idea. They might have one in London, for example. You'd have to have a look. I mean, to be honest, Craig, I've never heard of Gusman and Gomez, but, you know, London might have one. There's 28 Wendy's. Oh, they're taking off here. Okay. Oh, I don't know. 28 Wendy's. They're Mexican. Oh, they're Mexican, are they? Oh, okay. I'm not sure then. They have some Australian restaurants in London, but basically you go into it and then they have to strap you into a seat because you're hanging upside down when you eat it. And then the waiters actually have to feed you because you're hanging upside down, so they have to stick the fork up with the food to your mouth as you're hanging so that you can eat it, because otherwise it would just fall straight down onto the floor. Oddly, there are 3 in Hull and Cambridge. Sorry, 33 in 28 cities. There's 3 in Hull. Wow, really? That's mad. So I wonder what's... does Hull have a university, though? Maybe it's to do with where universities are. I don't know. Right, we're going to be coming through Springdale soon. Oh, look at that. Talk of the devil. Oh, is that a runway there? It is. There's an airport here. CK investigates. CK has got to investigate the airport. If it is an airport. Oh, it is. Look at that. It's got a little business jet in here. Is the runway long enough for you though, Katie? Let's see. Is it long enough? Is that long enough for us? You might be a bit. Well, I don't know. You might be lucky. you might be able to get in there. No Gusman and Gomez. Okay. Well, yet. That's what got me intrigued now. I want to see what this airfield looks like in Flight Sim. Plenty of runoff. Yeah. Did this coach just crash into the other one then? Academy, I think it might have done. Yeah. Oh, arcade games. Wells Fargo. There's an old car there. Oh, almost went across the traffic lights then. Express Grocery. Oh, time for train. Train! As Toff would say. And here we are live on TSW 6. As we are now looking at the new Unreal Engine number 2. The amount of ribble in the forums. The trains are going through trees. Why are the freight trains only a few hundred meters long? In real life they'd be miles. Anyway, right, it's Gusman and Gomez was established in Sydney. Oh, okay, by New York City duo Steve Marks and Robert Hazan, and operates over 200 restaurants in Australia, Japan, Singapore and the United States. Yeah, so probably might come to the UK one day then, but this seems to be a different kind of market for now. There's some commuters on the train just going past there, travelling in cattle class. Trident Seafoods, I like that. Right, back onto the 412. Mexican is not really big here. Well, I guess they're trying to make it so, as Picard used to say. Right, let's come over to here. Oh, look, there's another taco, but I don't think it's a Taco Bell. I think it's just a taco place. The 100 Books. The Books supermarket. Sounds like a bookshop to me. A shopping centre. Oh, not another one. Really? Why do I keep getting these red light violations? All of a sudden. What's going on? Oh, another Taco Bell. Oh, Pizza Grill. He still does say it if you watch repeats. Most popular cuisine here is hot meat pie washed down with a nice cold beer. That sounds alright. That's hot pie. Used cars. KFC. Western Star dealership. That'll be... There we go. Springing up. The Dollar Tree. Another Taco Bell. This is Taco Kingdom. Oh, a retro arcade. Oh. Some of you will like driving down this road then. There was also another game place down the road, wasn't there, that was Sunset. Is that Sunset Boulevard? No, Sunset Avenue. I wonder if that's Electric Avenue. We're gonna walk on through Electric Avenue. Hot meat pie, but what's the filling though, Craig? What sort of fillings do you like in your pies? See, they've, yeah, meat. What sort of meat, though? Steak? Chicken? Oh, I'm in the wrong lane here, aren't I? No, I'm not. Do they have Claire's Accessories now in the US? I guess they do. Although maybe Claire's Accessories come from the US. It's just I can see a sign for Claire's over there. Beef. Of course. A bit of beef. He's having a race. Oh, I think he's going to beat me. Oh no. You like curry pies? Oh yeah, I remember I used to get some curry pies. I'm trying to think. I think there were chicken curry pies. Hamburgers. It's all there is in there is food, isn't it? Everywhere you go. It's the trouble with American truck sim. It doesn't take you long before food becomes a talking spot. Is Egbert? Not really. There's Matt P. Matt P driving home. Siloam Springs. Joplin. I like that. I like all the flowers along here. Very pretty. And all the truck drivers are free £50. What, an hour? There's a lot of traffic lights along here, isn't there? Claire's, Amazon. At the fast food. Oh, there's the police. Got to be careful now. Oh, there's IHOP. International World of Pancakes or whatever it was called. International House of Pancakes. Burgers and donuts, yeah. Don't know how long it'll be before we're on the 69 road. Another fuel station. So, Katie, was this drive worth it, or was it not as exciting as you were hoping it for it to be? Look at those lovely plants over there. Krispy Kreme. Oh, I think we can go up to 65 down here. I think the highlight was just the that town that we went past. Was it Harrison with the and then the boat place? Not as twisty. Yeah, there is another road though that somewhere else had a bit more twist in it. As I said, I think that, SCS can't really do much. I mean, because if you're doing a state, you can only put in what the state's actually like. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? You don't want every state to be similar anyway, because it would get a bit boring. Because at some point, if you want to drive from here all the way to another state, then obviously you want them to all look different, have their own look and feel to it. So I'm guessing this is just kind of like what this state kind of looks a bit like. So we've got Siloam Springs. So that's quite nice, a little waterfall thing going on. Looks like some old used farm equipment over there. It's interesting that you can't go down there though. But then maybe that's going to join up with another state another time. Still on the 412. These lights make me think of GTA lights. They seem to take forever. Tyson. ATS Bank. Yeah, that's obviously the in-game bank, so obviously no one's put something in for that one. It's just an old building over there. Oh, look at that with the waterfall in it. Look at that. What that is. Is that a hotel or something? Not sure. Oh, hang on. Board games. See? Oh, it must be like an arcade hotel. They've got a lot of stuff like that there, haven't they? Arcade hotels and things here, and arcade retro places. Who knew? I didn't know that. Right, anyway, into the woods we go. The casino, yeah, I guess it must have been. Yeah, that's probably what they mean by board games, isn't it? Things like roulette and stuff. I was thinking of Monopoly. You go there and you got like they got tables out of Monopoly and snakes and ladders. Oh, it's getting a little bit scenic over here. Bit of rock. Bit of the rock coming in. Another bridge over a very dusty road. Yeah, I think this is where we turn off and go on to the 69. The 69 road, I think. There's a sign there for Miami, but I don't think it's the same Miami that I'm thinking about. Muskogee. Is that the Three Muskegees? Oh, there's one of those old, like, windmill things. I think we're on the 69 now. Home Market. I don't know, as you drive out of LA there's a sign that says Salt Lake City 600 something miles. Yeah, that's a bit mad. I suppose the nearest we get to that in the UK is when you go to Land's End or John O'Groats and it tells you, you know, where certain places are and how many miles they are away. You know, New York so many miles, or Paris so many miles, or however it's laid out. It's like we're going to go over another river and there's like a quarry or something over there maybe. Surprised you can't actually drive in there though. Do jobs in there or pick up jobs. Surprised. Yes, it's blocked off. You'd think you'd be able to deliver there. It was 534. Found a photo of it. Guessing that's what I was sent on Discord just now. Yeah, just a lot of billboards along this road. A lot of trucks for sale, I think, along here. I think we'll get here just before sunset. Got 70-mile-an-hour speed limit along here for the truck. Let's see if we can do 60. I think we can only do 65, I think. Fort Smith, there we are. This roundabout system reminds me a lot of ones that you used to get in ATS. Right, let's let him come over so I can come off. He's obviously got lost because he's going round it again. Or maybe took a wrong turn in earlier and now he's going back the other way. 65 miles to go. Alamo looks like a... they're rental, aren't they, Alamo? Maybe you can rent RVs from there. Oh, there was a Red Bull van. It's going even quicker than Max Verstappen. Is that a garden centre over there? No, it's like a stadium or something. Sports. Only a small one though. Yeah, that's the trouble. This is what happens with a truck stream, and it always end up talking about food. It's because there's so many food adverts, all sorts of things, so it always gets brought up, either by myself or by someone else that notices something as I'm driving along. Oh, I've got my fines paid off. Look, I've just been given $42,000, so I'm all right. my traffic light fines have I'm not really worried about anymore. I think I started this stream with 10.2 million, didn't I? Now I've got 10.9, so I've made 700,000 this stream, so I'm quite happy. I think I'll book a flight to Stockholm again tomorrow. I think I'll go by private jet though, you know, really upset everybody. DoorDash Guzman Gomez, yeah. It's quite good ending on the game when it's starting to become sunset. It kind of makes when I finish the stream quite nice, you know. Sunset time. It's the end of the day. I mean, for Craig, obviously, it's the middle of the night. We end going over a big river. Oh, there's it's a big wheel. Oh, look at this. There's a big wheel here. Having a party tonight. Look at this. We can go on the big wheel. What are those paintings on the wall? Oh. Someone with a bow and arrow. Got a horse. Surprised I haven't got a viewpoint for this place, to be honest. Then again, there might not be the wheel of misfortune. Well, it is if I'm driving. Oh, look, there we go, Craig. Here's the answer to our problem. Faster internet. Oh. Fort Smith. Oh, some more artwork over there on the walls. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Oh wow, look, I don't know what happened there. It was like yeah, no, he's a bit slow, Craig, I'm afraid. It looks like the connection stopped. It's just like all the other internets out there. Must be more like Concast. Ask him out the window. I think he was just ignoring me, you know. I think he was still on dial-up. Must be in the old town. Yeah, exactly. On the old town now. An old loading bay there. As we go round the last bend. What's that for? Is there a tram here or something? What's that? What's that for? Ooh, is there a tram here? Ooh. I want to see a tram. It says there's a tram. Wrote that. Oh yeah, that happens. That happens now and again, Craig. Believe me. So what sort of tram is it then? Because I can't... Not unless it's like one of the ones like at San Francisco. Maybe there's a cable underground that pulls it. It's the only thing I can think of. I don't know what that is over there. Is that a graveyard or something? What is this? Oh, it must be a... Is it a war memorial or something? Wow, must be. Maybe it's all the people that worked here and they bury them. Oh, that's cool. There's a bell. Someone walking a pram. The dead centre of town. Very good there, Craig. The dead centre. Still don't know why there's a tram thing here. What then? I want to see a tram. Where's the tram? It's got me intrigued now. Anyway, here we are at Smithyfield. Yeah, so I think what would happen is if you had your own trailer, you would drive over this and then you would see the grain, a bit like you do in Farm Sim. You drive over this and then the roof would come off the trailer. And then you would see it all disappear out. And there we go. Right, so I'm just going to park up somewhere because I still want to know if there's actually a tram that you see or not. There might not be. I'm just intrigued. There's an AMLS. I don't think that's a real company. I think that's a fictitious one. Where is the tramway? Oh, so the tram went from there. No, it didn't. I've lost my bearings now. There you go. The tram went along here. Oh, there's an old... Oh, wow, look at this. There's an old steam engine. There's an old coach, and then there's an old caboose. Nice little drive, that. Yeah, they must have stuffed the sign for the tram, but not actually have it. It'd been nice to have actually seen it moving around. Oh, there we go. And then it's got a proper oh, got a bit of OMSI going on now. It's like OMSI. When you go off the map, when you go to an area you're not supposed to go, because you don't normally drive there. Never mind. We'll just leave it there. Okay, let's just have a quick look on here. So we've done 8, so we just need to do a drive from Hot Springs to Springdale, if we can. I don't know if I'll be able to do that in one go, because I've got this funny feeling that from Hot Springs to Springdale will be less than 100 miles. And I think in the past, even if I've extended the drive to make it longer, I think it's basically, it just goes with what the shortest is. So even if you do 200 miles, it still only counts as, still won't count it, because I think it's dependent on what the route shows up on the job menu. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there to try and finish it off the next time I stream, which I don't know when the next time I'll be doing a stream is. It could be tomorrow, I'm not sure. See what the weather's like. I'm hoping to go out tomorrow if the weather's a bit better. So yeah, I'm keen to keep it open. Thanks Craig, thanks Katie once again for popping in, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next stream. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if there's anyone that I know of that's streaming at the minute. And then I doubt if there will be though, but just have a quick look just in case. No, there's nobody streaming. So yeah, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching. Sleep well, Craig. Bye, Katie. Have a nice evening yourself, and see you all around another time. Bye bye.